Good morning, everyone. You're watching Wake Up and Watch This, the show that you can wake up to and watch every morning, or I guess like at noon, depending on how long it takes me to edit, to learn all the interesting news about today in tech, science, business, and other random stuff. Let's get right to it. So the past few days this week have actually been really difficult to wake up for me. I literally wake up early in the morning, roll out of bed, and film this, and sometimes I feel like a zombie. And this week's been especially difficult. I've been working out with my brother this week, and he's been totally kicking my trash. I haven't squatted since I was in college, since I was playing baseball in college, like 3 years ago. So I can barely walk. I feel like I'm crawling out of bed in the mornings. But I've been so freaking tired. And I don't drink coffee, so I literally just have to kind of get myself pumped up and ready to go. Anyways, in today's show, we're going to talk about a freakishly accurate mind-reading artificial intelligence that is coming out. We're also talking about a science study on how the link between air pollution and premature death is going up. That was a weird way to say that. Air pollution is causing premature death. There is a new weapon for the war on cancer. We're going to talk about that as well. We're also going to cover what National Day it is today. I'm going to give you my personal Cars 3 review that I saw 2 days ago. And we're going to talk about this new craze, the floor is lava. The people over at Carnegie Mellon University are thinking that mind-reading artificial intelligence could actually be a real thing. And they have some research to back up these theories. What these scientists have been working on is a system that can apparently read thoughts based on brain scans and possibly even interpret complete sentences. Psychology professor Marcel Just said one of the big advances of the human brain was the ability to combine individual concepts into complex thoughts, to think not just of bananas, but I like to eat bananas in evening with my friends. He's the lead author of the study. He also said we finally have developed a way to see thoughts of that complexity in the fMRI signal. The discovery of this correspondence between thoughts and brain activation patterns tells us what the thoughts are built of. In this study at Carnegie Mellon, the team was able to demonstrate different brain activations being triggered according to 240 complex events, ranging from individuals and settings to social interaction, physical actions. Using this algorithm, the team could discern what was being thought about at any given time, and even the order of a particular sentence. After testing this algorithm on 239 of the 240 sentences and the brain scans involved, the researchers were able to predict the final sentence based only on the brain data. It was able to do this with an impressive 87% accuracy, as well as doing the opposite, being given sentence information and then outputting an accurate image of how the brain would be activated during that sentence. Sounds kind of confusing, but they have a way basically to use a computer, scan your brain, kind of see where your brain is firing and lighting up and all that kind of stuff, and they can actually determine what sentence your brain is thinking of. Pretty crazy stuff. In another study of 60 million Americans, 97% of people aged 65 and older in the United States shows that long-term exposure to airborne fine particulate matter, or pollution in the air, increases the risk of premature death, even when the exposure is at levels below the national ambient air quality standards. Meaning, even if you are breathing in clean air, concerning this national ambient air quality standard system, whatever, it still causes premature death. The team that did this study was able to include subjects who live in an unmonitored and less populated areas, so that the effects of air pollution on all 60 million people could be analyzed regardless of whether they lived in urban, suburban, or rural areas. This study shows that although we think air quality in the United States is good enough to protect our citizens, in fact, we need to lower pollution levels even further. There is a new weapon for the war on cancer. This is some pretty complex sciencey stuff right here. But basically, some researchers at Harvard University have adapted an engineered human blood opsonin protein known as FCMBL. Using magnetic beads coated with this FCMBL blood protein, they were able to capture over 90% of 7 different types of cancer cells. They were able to isolate these cancer cells basically and kind of see like what was going on, basically as a diagnostic tool. A lot of crazy stuff here, but it could be something pretty cool. I mean, the idea that we can create something finally that is able to target very specific cancer cells and maybe separate them or remove them from the rest of the blood cells is a big step in cancer research. So we'll have to keep an eye on it to see how it progresses. Today is National Camera Day. National Camera Day is observed every year today, June 29th. This day commemorates photographs, the camera, and their invention. A camera is a great tool that has evolved so much over the past decade. If any of you guys remember having like an old like LG flip phone and you had a camera and it was like a 0.0005 megapixel camera and you take a picture of someone's face and you didn't even know who it was. Now we've got iPhones and Android phones and smartphones that can film in 1080 HD video and have 12, 20 megapixel cameras and all sorts of crazy stuff. And the camera is like this big. Even the GoPro, what I'm filming on right now, such a small little camera that packs such a powerful punch. So use hashtag National Camera Day, take some of your favorite photos or videos, and enjoy your camera. My personal Cars 3 review. I went to Cars 3 on Tuesday night, $5 Tuesday at the movie theaters here, and I was pleasantly surprised with the film. A lot of these sequel films, whether it's Disney, Pixar, or just any type of film in general, they kind of feel like a money grab, and they probably are. And they kind of seem to go downhill. I mean, these Pirates of the Caribbean, Transformers, Spider-Man even, and all sorts of these other movies that they could just keep making over and 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 over because there's fans and they know that they'll watch it. It kind of gets old. And so I think I kind of went into the expectation of Cars 3 as being just, another money grab. But I was pleasantly surprised with the film. I thought it was a really good film. They did a really great job. It wasn't like Planes, the movie Planes by Disney, where it kind of like looked kind of cheesy and different. The cinematography, if you can even call it that in an animated movie, was actually spot on with the other Cars movies. And so it looked as if nothing had changed. The story was good, there was a lot of plot twists and stuff like that, so I definitely recommend watching it. The final thing I want to talk about today is this floor is lava craze that's going on. I mean, you're seeing these videos all over Instagram and Twitter and YouTube and stuff where, people are yelling, the floor is lava, like in a grocery store or Walmart, and you have to jump up on whatever to get off the floor, and people are kind of filming it. Well, I'd like to think that I was the original creator of the floor is lava when I was 4 years old, living at home, and we used to take rip the cushions off the couch and fling them all over the carpet, and the floor was lava, and you'd jump from the couch on top of the couch cushion to the chair on top of the pillow. And I mean, we've been playing this for 25 years. I'm not really sure why all of a sudden it's such a big deal for everybody else. Anyways, that's it for today's show. If you liked it, subscribe, check out some of our other videos, all sorts of great stuff on here. See you guys tomorrow.